these spaces or platforms or media based on platform. I guess, well, although many rises with the boom, but some did close and some did not survive long after the boom. But you can see that if there's the curve here is the boom, peak after 2008, and then there's a decline, I think until 2010 or 2011. You can see that there are also spaces established within the boom, like 4 spaces in that movement, but some are also established after it started to decline. So yeah, what do you think? And then you can see the white ones here are actually the ones established after the decline. So I don't know, does the boom really influence in a, let's say, a negative way? So does it mean that if market prices decline, market demand decline, then our spaces increase? I don't know, maybe. Okay, there are also spaces that have been around from way before the boom, and the boom only makes certain changes, like they made new program.
Kan tulisannya nggak kelihatan, kayaknya lebih baik diikutin aja. Apa yang diomongin itu diperjelas.
Okay. I didn't really thought that we know the name because from what we remember, but okay. By the name of the artist, I will talk about it a bit. So on top of the list, there's a Sasa scenario and new art. This is actually 2 spaces established by senior artists, very senior artists. Okay. They have been around for like from the year 2000. Sasa is 1998, so it's way before the boom, and they have always existed. They are always exist at Bandung, but after the boom, there are slightly changes. Like Sasa making a new project called Ballet Project, oriented towards the more commercial sides, and then there's also new art, but new art is not about heading towards the commercial side, but it's all about rebranding their spaces. But it happens like around 2015. That's way after, like it's 7 years or 8 years. I don't know if it's because or it's just because they want to progress or expand their space. And there's this new space here, only recently opened, like in 2017, maybe 2016. And this is orbital dago. Then this is the parlor and polite. So not all of them specified in art. Exhibit, illustration, graphic design. We only recently opened, so we're not sure where it's heading or will it survive. We're not sure. There's the one previously said that it recently opened itself. Bandung is actually opened at last year, 2016. Okay, this is Omnispace. Omnispace opened at also 2015. Oh, sorry, 2016, 2015. Omnispace. Omnispace is a collaboration between artists and
Omnispace?
Yeah.
Artists, writers,
musicians, yeah. Basically,
journalists.
Yeah. Most of the public audience is from a mixture of art enthusiasts, and then there's also music enthusiasts. Very rich, right? Audience. Okay. Salian is. See this started at 2014, yeah. Then it ended at 2016, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Could we really say that it was established because of the boom? Because seeing that the boom really has ended, like 4 years before. Okay, and then there's Semata Alumnium is a collective, and this is more like a preschool teaching art for children, like that. Yeah, they are more like a social-oriented works, not to exhibit famous artists' works, but they also usually collaborate with other programs from other spaces, like when they used to have a residency and then they like to have a collaborative project with children. Yeah, then you go to semacam yang begitu. So, but yeah, the same. They started at 2013. That is like 3 years or 4 years after the boom. Okay, then there's this is class malam. Class malam is actually an informal class, informal place where people, there's no formal space actually, so we can move around. It's just artists, art enthusiasts, and even other discipline trying to present their thoughts, their studies, what they've been doing, and it's like a forum, like maybe similar to TEDx or TED seminar like that, but it's more small scale and people just listen to each other like that. Yeah. This happened around 2012, okay? Or, yeah, 12 to 2014. Okay. Then there's Roma Arts. Roma Arts is I think it's more like a program organizer.
Yeah, program organizers, and also like they have this residency.
Yeah, they have also a residency program. So they don't have their own spaces, but they collaborate with other spaces to create programs like that. Yeah, they were established in 2011 maybe.
11.
Yeah, and then lasted 2 years until 2013. They were it's like I don't know, after the boom, after it ended, but then they decided to do something. Maybe like that. And LOTF, and this one, the more grayish color, is actually more about media, because they're also platform, collective basis, or people organization that really work on the publication of the exhibition, not making exhibition themselves. But the funny thing is, LOTF around 2015 decided to have space so they can exhibit their own project, but it only lasted a year. Okay, 2016 they finished, but like it's very far after the decline of the market. So yeah. And this is Gerilya. Previously, the space itself existed around 2010. This space, yeah. But it was formally branded as Gerilya 2011. So previously it was called Komunitas Telur Asin. I don't know.
Telur asin is salted egg, because the color of the wall is like salted egg. Stupid name, very great. Yeah.
So it's changed into Gerilya, and then around 2015 we decided to expand it and develop GARP, Gerilya Artist Residency program. Okay. Yeah, if we included the community, the Komunitas Telur Asin, it existed around the decline, yes, of course, but the Gerilya and then the GARP, it existed way after the book. Okay. So, this is Romaseni Sanatwati. Okay. Maybe Darko could explain also more because of his experience in this space. But this is also interesting because it existed as a space at first, but then around 2015 they started to focus on creating magazine content, writing, reviews, publication about exhibitions. They're still actively creating exhibition at their spaces. I don't know. And these other spaces are the ones that we could say maybe or perhaps they were influenced by the boom and by the market boom. Okay, so there's S14, Padi, Platform, Lawangi. But we can't really say for sure if the influence is like because of the boom they are being supported, or is it their stances against the boom? So we can't really say that they are also they are all positively supporting the boom. I can't really say that, okay, because I'm not their representative. You should ask the more credible people.
Yeah, maybe, but what I can tell is like Lawawangi is started. The owner is election from ITV. He is coming from the net, and in the beginning he said like now is the boom of the art market, and he started also to represent some senior artists to have an exhibition in her space. Also, yeah, trying to emerge more in the art worlds. I mean, in art society, mostly in Jakarta. They usually like creating what is it called? Auction.
Yeah, they recently more focused on auctions, but not auction held in this city, but Jakarta. Yeah.
Auction is held in Jakarta.
Yeah. So this is what we could try to explain in a simple way, the relation about the, let's say, survival, especially of the spaces, yeah, and then our institution or groups, and that is the market boom. But we're not saying that this is all that exists in Bandung. Of course, there are other spaces, yeah, that we really search for information. Yeah, there are more, because mostly these are from the northern parts of Bandung. There are a lot of also spaces at the southern parts of Bandung. There's rumah proses, asbestos, and yeah, but we don't really have many records, the data to be presented. So this is like only maybe 2/3 or half of what is really happening in Bandung. But with this half or 2/3 of the data, you can also see that, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 is influenced directly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, it's not pressed directly, and these two are from way back before the boom, so like it, yeah, this one is like immortal. Next one. Okay, so when we speak about survival, what do we really mean? Okay. I mean, we from the Gerilya, so me and Zico tried to think about it, and I think we guess that nowadays survival is a utopia. We tend to dream about survivability, like still we being here, or still would people still know us 5 years from now? Basically, there are many things. If we talk about survival, well, not everybody acknowledges everything, but maybe some part of it, yeah. Like, what does it mean to survive? I want to survive because I want to be historically important. I want to be make a significant impact in the art scene. Maybe I want to create meaning, maybe for my society, maybe for my nation, maybe for my peers. I want to make exhibition. I want to make exceptional projects. I want to make general impact. Generate impact. I want to show out my work. I want to gain recognition. Maybe in the market. Maybe these are all actually a simplification of what young artists after the market decline usually want, and what they usually meant, or what their goals are after they survive. It's like, what do you need to survive? These are actually end needs. Okay, so but basically they want to survive, and these are their utopias, their dreams that they would like to achieve. Okay? But what is this survival utopia? Okay, so. Basically, what has been happening in Gerilya is actually specific kind of survival. It's not the general survival like I could live tomorrow, I could still live next year, or few years or so. But it's not that kind of survival actually that one is possible. It's actually existential survival. I want to exist. I want people to know me like that, the recognition. Okay, so in the end we thought that art making is survival. If I can still make art tomorrow, if I can still make art 2 weeks from now, if I can still make art next year or a decade, that means I survived. That means I have successfully survived. Yeah. Okay, so but why do people make art? Okay, so we try to break down into maybe it's very simplistic. We need to reduce the complexity, but yeah, okay, this is just a presentation. Okay, maybe there are two sides of this survival. Why do young artists create art? Some create because they feel there's a duty for them to make art, and then others feel that they have to prove something. Okay? Prove something. So the duty part is more internally, like I don't know, maybe some say like, hey, but God gave me this ability to create, so I must create, I must make something like that, yeah. Or maybe like not everybody can be an artist, and somehow I managed to become one. I guess this is my duty. I must, as an artist, I must make something, right? I must exhibit, right? Like that. Okay. So they have this sense of duty. That's the drive to make art. But some others are also driven by external or internal drives, and these ones driven by proof. Like I must prove my worth as an artist. I must prove to other people that I can make art. I can make good art. Yeah. Or I can be as good as anyone else. I can be better even. So that's two basic things. I don't know. Maybe we go on.
Report? I think later.
Okay. But these are all actually, as we think about it, like it's more of an existential survival. So we think about the. At least this is what's been happening, and I can explain that in Gerilya, in one Gerilya. Okay, the survival is in an existential level, so it's more existential survival. Okay, but of course, to survive is not only about existential survival. Okay, there's the other kinds of survival, like the pragmatic survival. Okay. But to be honest, we don't really know. We don't really know yet what Gerilya and collective as a whole can help the artists achieve their pragmatic survival. Okay, because most of the members, most of the individual artists usually tend to find their own way, but it's not the kind of a collective way that is being supported by the group. Okay, if we go back to the previous slide now. Okay, okay. Talking about the existential survival, yeah, we make a group discussion, we make seminar, we make talk, we make exhibition. As young artists maybe here, started to criticize each other, started to talk about their art, share their art, and then having support, having criticism from their peers. Actually, this is all part of the existential survival. This is it's like we support you by delivering a space. You can use it if you want. Okay. That's how we support you, and then you can make art, exhibit here. Okay. You can gain more recognition. You can gain whatever the impact that you hope to achieve. But this is all existential survival. Yes, it is all existential survival. Yes, but this is one existential survival that Gerilya has succeeded in supporting young artists. Okay, but the next one. About pragmatic survival, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. We're still trying to formulate what is the correct support for pragmatic survival in terms of a collective supporting the individual artist. Because in reality, individual artists have always succeeded in finding their own pragmatic survival. As an example, some of the guerrilla members are also teaching like that. Yeah, I don't know if they ever dreamt to be a lecturer. Most of them, I think, not. But I think somehow that's a pragmatic survival. That's a pragmatic survival. Yeah. In order to survive these days as an artist, yeah, you can only rely on the art making. If I were to eat tomorrow, I would have had an income, and the most possible income is teaching art in art school. Yeah. Pragmatic survival. Others would make projects outside the art making, like mural projects. Yeah. I don't know, maybe more individual artists could explain this to you. They have different approach, but in the end, we have yet to formulate the concept or the let's say the system for pragmatic survival in terms of collective food. Yeah. We have yet to achieve that. Okay. Thank you.
Maybe we open question first. Yeah, this is one. I think we can make like several discussion. Maybe first from here and disclaimer first. It's Babel. It's actually like when you talk to friends and what happened in that time. And for me myself, like, yeah, I feel like I'm maybe in my opinion, in the time, in the boom time, there's an exhibition, sure, and there's work sale, sure, and now also still some work is being sold. But yeah, the boom is actually I can say like an apocalypse. I mean, like, it's open. I mean, I took the Greek words about apocalypse. It's open. It's opening. It's uncovering.
Revelation.
Huh?
Revelation.
Yeah, revelation. Boom is an apocalypse. And revelation about revelation about what you will see in everything. It's happening. And yeah, at that time, yeah, some get down, but some, like me, us, I think, yeah, come on, this is the time. And yeah, and this is a simplification, because actually what I'm trying to do next is actually, it's like kind of like an MRT station. Some people maybe took from 2015 or something like that. We can make it more three-dimensional maybe later. But this is like the things that I share with my friends by WhatsApp. And with what do you think should add it here? And I think by doing this, we can see again which one is the existential part, and maybe later we can trying to formulate the pragmatic. I mean, so the utopia, we don't use the utopia as the part in the meaning, which means there's no place, but utopia as an ideal thought, maybe very Platonic, very Plato philosophy. But yeah, for myself, I believe in things to create an idealism, so we can reach. I mean, like, we try to go through this level. Yeah. That's the disclaimer. Just to know. Yeah, feel free to us, and I think we are open. Just relax. You can make coffee there. It's instant coffee. Yeah, it's closed. Just thank you. Yeah.
Why was the boom so short? Why was it like 4 years only?
Oh, okay. The boom. Well, this is the things that maybe I was still waiting for one of my friends that he made actually the real research. I mean, the really deep research about the boom. But this is when I just talked to friends, and one of that I search is the exhibition that use Bandung in their exhibition name. It's happening with it's actually started in 2005. There's exhibition called Petisi Bandung, the petition from Bandung, and it's held in Magelang. We're very close to the collectors city in that time, and yeah, they are there. And I mean, like for Gerilya, one of my friends say that the boom is happened because Gerilya have the earthquake. It's they say Miguel 2006. Yeah, Miguel 2006 in Bandung, and actually that boom, that earthquake is actually made a lot of artists in Gerilya kind of make fundraising by selling their artworks. And at that time, it's also being managed by Harry Pemat, the one who made Art Job, the art fair in Gerilya. So that's the first. They say like that is more open to the artists to meet the collectors, and the boom is maybe the celebration of boom is started. And for us in Bandung, most of the that I know as a student in that time, it's happening in Jakarta. But maybe it's actually when the PC Bandung number 2 happened also, and also like the Bandung Art Now, lot of Bandung theme exhibition exhibited in Jakarta, and that's the time also when the artists, young artists being recognized in Bandung. And it's funny thing is actually the point in the PC Bandung exhibition is it's about the inferiority of Bandung artists. So historical terms, they came with the editorial in the historical term, also in historical term. But one of the themes is Bandung artist is inferior, and feel inferior. And it's kind of funny narration, but yeah, it's a good thing. Maybe because maybe the sympathy come or something like that. And but also there's another event also in this time. There's like Bandung Initiative 1, 2, 3 until 5. There's like the exhibition is more like trying to dissect more about what is what a manifesto that happened in Bandung in the past, and in this time in the current in the contemporary context in that time. So yeah, it's something like that.
Okay, you say Bandung artists feel inferior.
Yeah.
So why do you say that? And who do you feel inferior to?
I think it's when I read the curatorial in the time by Emilio Siregar, it's happening for the artists that started in 2000s. So it's before maybe we can say like the post Reformation, so another term of post again. Because they don't, I think a lot of the writing is also like they don't get any chance to have an exhibition, to be collected and everything. So, but I also don't believe about that actually. But it's been written like that, and yeah, I'm trying to understand, and by trying to understand what is this inferiority, and maybe I think it's came after also because the comparison about Jogja and Bandung, things like that, and yeah, maybe, but I don't know. I also like kind of suspicious. It's kind of also marketing kits, so I don't know. Maybe Donnie.
Practical developing their interest to your space, because in a way, maybe it's better for me to go to Agung Pujatika Juno, to Goro, to get into this Polish exhibition rather than exhibiting in your space. So how do you do this kind of reputation and up until now? And then how do you, like maybe as an artist, start to build networks outside the city? Because maybe sometimes it's the convenience of the city that would limit your network also. Like maybe you can introduce a bit how do you connect with other networks, and later develop interest of younger artists to go to your space.
Okay, bisa. Hello, my name Alin.
Or else I can translate a bit.
Mau pakai ini enggak? Good morning. Welcome to Gerilya. Yeah, responding Kelly's question about how Gerilya creating our network is quite simple. In 2008, when the boom came to the university that time, so there's a lot of exhibitions made by the curator, like senior curator from ITB. They invite a lot of students that time, and then also artists to exhibit their works in Jakarta. So that time, during the boom in 2008, we provide the bus like make to see the exhibition in Jakarta. So boom or market boom in Bandung, it feels like something, yeah, alien came to the city, right? And then if we want to see or exhibit our works or invited by the curator, we have to approach the curator, like and then they made like gangs of the curators. Like if we approach one of the curators, we will not, yeah, we will reject by the others curators, something like that. So they have their own artists, yeah, to exhibit in Jakarta. For example, yeah, it's like tower, yeah, on the beach. See the artist, lighthouse, yeah, like lighthouse, and then you the artist, okay. So something like that. So it's quite easy. And then we that time has a definition that good art is a art that sell or bought by the collector. And then we have hope as a student to see this situation. And then that time, 2010, suddenly the boom fell. Yeah, the boom fell because the attitude of the artists as well, when they sell or sold their works to the collector, they not spend the money to build the studio, their studio, but they bought the dogs with the umbrella, fashion things, more to their lifestyle. Like and then that time we also, you know, like that's funny thing for me, that personally. When I saw that situation, yeah, maybe the collectors, there's like situation also in the auction where the artist prices, the artwork prices suddenly high, and then when they reach the international platform, they fall because the reputation, they suspicious about the reputation by its whether the artist rise by the discourse or by the market, something like that. So 2010 when I graduated from the school, that time there's no boom anymore, and then we just like, oh shit, oh we should yeah, fight back to this reality, because it's difficult. For example, if I'm a performance artist, same like Fajar, yeah, Fajar, the teacher, yeah. The teacher that time. And then as a student, the curator, like the senior curator for the performance, they always say that the artist who created the unsell works, they were crazy. They were crazy, and then don't blame me. They said something like that. Yeah. Don't blame me if the painter has the car or something like that. And the performance artist, you will always like this. And then we started to create the movement for the performance, and then a lot of fresh graduated created their own movements. But of course, that time we built Gerilya, and then we never, or we don't have a strategy to survive or to connect ourselves with the curator in Bandung or senior curator. So we always created a lot of exhibitions for the artists who has a quality like struggle, and then they have they don't know art, but they believe it's art, something like that. So yeah, you can use this space, and everyone can exhibit their works here. And then that time we oppose with the. It seems like senior curator doesn't like it, and then suddenly 2012 we can approach the collector by ourselves, like without the curator. There's also the phenomenon 2012,
Yeah.
after we can approach the collector by ourselves.
Because during the boom, only 2005 until 2008, only curators have access to gallery, and then also curators also have access to collectors.
It's just like cutting the middleman.
Yeah, cutting the middleman, and then suddenly the lighthouse fall. The lighthouse fall, and then the kingdom fall. The kingdom fall, and then and then there's like Padi. I feel like
We inspired by it.
there's Padi that time. They created a lot of programs, good programs with the community, like punk rock community, and then metal community or illustrator, and then until 2000 we only created but for Gerilya especially in 2012, like Zico and me and
Dodisa, Wibi, 11, Wibi.
oh yeah, we. So yeah, for example, this is how Gerilya operated. Like me, I joined the performance event in Solo, like Mabelati, and then in Solo with Melati Sulidarmo, helped by Melati Sulidarmo, and then I became a student of her in Solo, and then 2013, the first time I was invited to Asiatopia in Thailand, and then from that moment, this is how we work. Like I came to Thailand, for example. They invited me, and then we brought the link or the network to create like the bridge, like the bridge between two institutions or two art, between two artists, and then we start to like collaborate or exchange, something like that. So after exchange, they create another network, and then we start to, for example, me, after I did a residency, I asked Zico, for example, to do a residency in the same place, and then from that place also they send their artists to come, and then we start to do this kind of ways of surviving it. And then it's working, and then there's no money in it. There's no money in it, but the important one that we can still produce good works, and then we can still meet artists, share something like this. Yeah, directly facing the artist, and then we discuss something like that. That's more important that time. Until 2015, suddenly maybe the boom came again. Yeah, 2015.
What signifies the? Okay, let's check. 2015 apa tandanya 2015 ya?
BACH.
Oh iya.
Yang dari itu tahun.
On stage, I think because also like when this is one important part is actually it happened in 2010. There's on stage happened in December. 2011. This open like a lot of our seniors have an exhibition abroad. And we think, abroad is easy, to Singapore is very cheap that time, and we go to Malaysia at that time. Just to have, Alin have an exhibition, but we go together to accompany Alin. Alin is sick, but we have fun. And I think, you continue first, I'm sorry.
So that's how we survive, and then we grow until now, and then now we have a platform like we want to become a good institution that have a formal or that can invite like legal invitation, for example. But now we make a program like regularly with the museum in Korea. What? Jongkok. So we start to do exchange until now. So basically Gerilya individually they absorbed by the market, but as Gerilya as a platform, until now we still like Doni said, we still finding our own formula to grow as a platform, because it's difficult because we are an artist, we don't know management, and then now for Gerilya we created like collective artists, collective group art. Gerilya is collective, and then what we want to achieve from that is that this is from what I perceive with the collective space in Indonesia. They create community because they have one vision as an artist. Most of them working in a form of or genre of art, something like that. For example, painting, for instance, photography, for example. They start to create community, but in Gerilya it's not quite
medium based.
it's not medium based, but it's what
Wherever good ideas come from.
like that. So maybe that's how we create networking. But until now.
How do you because you have several artists in your residency? Like how do you start your residency program, and what does it take to be chosen by Gerilya to get a residency here?
I think it's because we are quite big, and one of the why we survive also because there's a regeneration. For example, this is Akmalia, and they are actually like the backbone of us also. Like they create this. When we start as an artist, there's no art management at the school, and they are coming from that study. That studio, and I feel like that's also one part also that create us more bigger. And also when it's the time when you join,
2014.
14. Yeah, the expanding. Like this is Radinal Indra. Before he is a designer. Designer working and very rich in Jakarta. Successful designer. This is the things. I mean, like Alin said before, Alin come from the performance. He came with a lot of recommendation of artists. I'm a painter. And yeah, well, I started. I think my debut is like after the graduate, I joined the Jakarta Biennale, and after that, a lot of things happened to commercial places also, and also I have the residency program before in Vienna, and I think that's creating bigger scope again. Like, oh, I know this guy, and this guy know this guy, and he coming to Indonesia, and why not? And also like, yeah, in 2000. One of the part that when Alin said before, the collectors, we can connect with the collectors like directly. One of the collectors is Ibu Melani. She's our grandma. I mean, like, yeah, she's the mother of all artists, and she usually like introduce one to the other, like one maybe later we will explain you about the because before we made the Gerilya artist residency program, we actually have this like with Roma Arts, like we have this Filipino artist in Karnai residency here, and yeah, from friends to friends again. I mean, like, friends recommendation. I mean, like, that is, it's very simple. It's very simple, and usually, like, we really listen to our friends. Like, this is a good artist, really. Yeah, really good artist. Okay. It's not hard to convince us, like, actually. And yeah, for the different story for the museum. It's actually, that's also, it's the same story because that
provide a residency program for me. And that type of residency, the artists should provide their own funding, basically. We can help them with the like recommendation letter, like stating that the artist will stay with us for this period of time, and we can describe like the programs like exhibition and maybe artist talk or the details like that. But we're not responsible for like financial matters. But for the exchange one, the previous two that we had, we got a help from our friends, which is Project 11. It's a foundation, right?
The other condition is the exchange program. We do into Museum of Art, and basically what we provide is to be the same what they provide. So it needs to be in the same condition. Like if they provide the plane ticket, we need to provide the plane ticket. Yeah, so on and so on. Yeah, that's the exchange program. Oh yeah, we got sponsor. Yeah, because we don't have any funding, so we find a sponsor for the exchange.
Henry?
Yes?
Any questions?
Already asked.
Paul, maybe you have questions? We go to the tour.
yes, this Citra. Okay, thank you for
I had a background in photography, such as this one. His name is Eddie. Yeah, just call him Eddie. It's his nickname is Eddie. So yeah. Actually, this is a human body, parts of human body. Like this is interesting. As you know, as someone not with an art school background, this guy asked some interesting questions like, is human also an object? If I put human parts, would it still be still life? Like that. So most of the works here presented, even the artists don't have all the questions. They're still asking. They want to know, they want to learn like that. Okay, so I said, why not? Yeah. And then he also said that if it's called still life, I took a photograph of it and the real object started to rot, which is more lively, which is more correct to be called life. If this ends up dying and the photograph ends up still exist 10 years later, is this more alive than this one? Okay, that's what it's trying to maybe ask. Yeah, that's another work. Maybe we could give our attention a bit. This is from Gilang. Yeah, he works with embroidery. Yes, yeah. Actually, these have very personal meaning. Like after his father passed away, his mother said that all of her child has to have the ability to embroider or to sew your trousers, and yeah, if you have that skill in the family, like okay. So the funny thing is, so like this one, if there's two objects, very similar, or very similar, but you call one a bottle because you could see the caption a bottle, but the other one you call a pillow, because this is also a representation of a pillow. But why not call this one a charger and this one a pillow? Like that, yeah. So what is the object in still life? Is it the image that is the object, or is it the object that is the object? Yeah. Is this a towel, or is this a rose? Is this a towel, or is this a brush? Is this a bottle, or is this a spoon? Or is this? What is this? Yeah, yeah. So interesting question asked by someone without an art school background. So yeah, that's one of our, also that's one of how we think about it. Like you don't have to study in art school to become an artist, so why not accept anyone? But this one, yeah, let's make this one. I don't know if it's printing yet. Okay, yeah. The opening hours usually are around
1 to 8.
1 to 8. So okay, that's the formal opening hours in the space is actually 1 to 8. So if you come at 1 p.m., yeah, you end up seeing the artist still installing the work. Okay, because we took late night. Sometimes not just 8, but sometimes to 10 p.m. because yeah, usually we open at weekdays, and usually at weekdays people are still working, people are still at the university, so we try to be open late, 1 to 8. So yeah, this is our Sunday. But it's interesting. This is one of his installations from Dudi. The artist's nickname is Dudi. So I don't know, it's not turned on yet, but if you listen to the phone, if it's operating normally, you would hear a sound of the printing machine. Yeah, the sound, but it's not turned on yet. But yeah, you can just you can put it in, right? Yeah. See what I mean? Okay, yeah. But what it's trying to say is that okay, Zico had an interesting part about this work. Like you want, okay, this is the initial response. You want to know what's the painting is about, or what the picture is about, and it's a phone, and then you are encouraged to listen to the phone by the artist standing beside the work. Okay? But when you reach the phone to hear about this image, about maybe this work or a representation of this work, you end up only hearing the sound of the print machine. Maybe that's people like this book very much. Do you think this book?
For me, I think this is my interpretation of this book is because first you see like an objects, very spectacular. This is like old phones, and